Hey guys, HeinjaxHD here, and today I'm doing great. I just got my iPhone 6 Plus, 6S Plus. I'm feeling great about that. And I'm totally ready to make a new video. I know I don't make videos very often, but right now I'm feeling it. I'm ready. I don't know what I'm gonna make. The reason I don't make videos very often is because I don't know what I'm gonna make them about. I always find myself not knowing what to make the next video about, but I've been thinking back recently about, you know, just life, and I thought back about the time I had my first fight. So obviously by the title of this video, it is the time I had my first fight. So if you don't know how to fight, good for you. They're not very fun. I don't think of myself as a very mean person. I think that I can be a jerk sometimes, just like everyone else can, but I have my ups and downs. And so my first fight, so I was in 7th grade, right? And I don't know, I say a lot. I just noticed that, but I was in 7th grade. So basically, there had been this kid, and I'm actually friends with him now, but well, yeah, I'm friends with him now, but there had been this kid, and we never really liked each other. I don't know what happened. We used to be decent friends in 6th grade, so still middle school, and then in 7th grade, I guess might have been because we were in a different class, or it might have been something else that I'm not remembering, but for some reason we just never liked each other. So he would call me names. I remember he actually gave me a concussion, and that's for another story. But I said I totally forgave him. I don't know if he's watching my video, but I'm not mad at you at all. But I'm just trying to make an entertaining video. But but besides that, we just would get into fights a lot. So it would never get physical. Like every once in a while he'd kick me, and I'd push him, you know, stuff like that. Just nothing like too physical. But then one day, well, let's just put it this way. Prior to this, we had gotten, this was like the peak of us getting in like fights and stuff. And we had just, you know, we're never very fond of each other, let's just put it that way. And we fought a lot. So we were in Mandarin class, and this is Chinese class if you guys don't know. I have to take Mandarin forced too. It's not the best subject, it's not the worst, you know. Our teacher's okay. He's like
not the weirdest thing I've seen.
But basically what happened is we were teasing each other, and I teased him about, so he was getting into this fight with another kid in my class, and the other kid in my class was actually my friend, and his name was well, I'm not actually gonna tell you his name, but let's just say his name was Devin. So, and let's just say the kid who was who I got into a fight with, his name was Kevin. If you're Kevin, don't take it personally. I'm just making up a random name, but so whatever that was. So Devin's like, Devin and Kevin, they got into a fight for some reason. I remember this was like a year. This was a pretty long time ago. It wasn't a year ago. It was longer than that. But basically, so they got into a fight, and I liked Kevin. I liked Devin. So at the time, I didn't like Kevin. So I was on his side, and eventually it came back to me, like telling the kids. So there had been this girl that everyone would make fun of him for, because he was like dating her, but he wasn't really dating her. I still think he was dating her, but don't take it personally, Kevin. If you're watching this, you know who you are. But obviously your name isn't Kevin. But I thought you were dating her at the time, and I guess he didn't think so. And so I made this comment about, I stood up and I made this comment about how he was dating this girl, right? And I guess that was the one thing that really ticked him off. So he and remember, we had been in fights a lot, so I was on the breaking point with this kid, and he was on the breaking point with me too, probably. So after that, he goes back at me with a bunch of names, and one of these names, I don't know, he just hit it right there in the spot. Like, there's like 2 names I don't like to be called, and he called me one of them, and I'm not gonna say it obviously because I don't want to, but so once he called me that name, I just flipped out. I ran over to the kid, and I grabbed him on the back of his shirt, and like flipped him over. So picture this. So I'm just running over. Ooh, wow, our game sucks. So I was just running over, and this kid was just, you know, standing there, and I just ran over, and I grabbed him on the back of the shirt, and I flew him, like, did a 360, and I flew him across the room, and like so I flew him across the room, and then he fell on the ground, and then I jumped on top of him, and I held him on the ground, and I started punching him. And keep in mind, this was inside. Our teacher was watching it the whole entire time, and we were each like bawling, obviously. And the kid, he never really threw that many hits at me. I mean, I think he hit me like once or twice on the way down, and then he hit me again on the way up. But after that, one of the other kids in the class, like this big macho guy, you know, there's always a guy like that. He pulled me off of him, and he took me downstairs. And one of my better friends, I actually don't hang out with him very often, anymore. He took me downstairs, and I ended up the kid who I got into a fight with was like shooting bullets at me through the hall because he was outside, and he was just shooting. He was obviously ticked off, so he was like glaring at me through the hallway the whole entire time. And what ended up happening was, after everything, I went and talked to the principal, and I was hysterical, right? So I was like, oh, this kid. And the principal actually ended up getting suspended, in school suspension, so it's not as bad. Out of school suspension is worse for anyone who's ever gotten suspended or knows about that kind of stuff. Out of school suspension is actually worse than in school suspension, so I don't recommend it. It's not very fun, obviously. It's not very fun, but, the moral of the story is, the other kid got an out of school suspension, so he had a worse off punishment than I did, believe it or not. So, you know, I guess I kind of got let off easy. But moral of the story is, if someone's picking on you, and if you're kind of picking on them too, try not to engage in anything unless you really feel like you have to, like I did. I don't know. He was actually considered the bully, and I was considered the victim at the time. And the more I look back on it, the more I feel like I don't like to be called, like, you know, you kind of feel like kind of feel bad when people call you the victim. It's like, oh, well, you were the victim. You were the kid getting bullied on. But I don't see it that way anymore. I know at the time I did. But, so the moral of the story is, don't, like, fight back unless you feel like you have to. I'm not condoning bullying. I'm just saying it's not in the better intentions of you. You get suspended. Kind of sucks. I was really bored the other day. Like, the other day I was really bored. And I've actually gotten suspended 2 times my whole entire life. The other time, I don't agree with. I think it was complete bullcrap, but maybe that's for another story. So if you so thanks for watching. If you liked, like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what I should do next. Tell me what story I should do next, because I am really, or not just story, just tell me what I should do next. So because I'm really not prepared. I keep saying whatever, I don't care. I'm gonna get crap about this, but thanks for watching, guys. It's been HeinJax HD here. Wow, I'm a special little